Hey, what's up? I'm back. I've cracked the code. Finally. The editing code. The editing code. I've been battling away for 9 years. I haven't cracked it though. Still, it's a work in progress. This is a test run. I'm going to bung this up, probably delete it because it's just like a test. I don't want to waste too much of my time talking without people getting it. So I've been, trying to figure out how can I present the information. Pictures are okay, slideshows, don't do it. What you need is you need to be able to lay the images on top of each other to make the visuals come to life. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So, my channel, I talk a lot about the heavenly city, St. John's vision, the Isle of Patmos, and Plato's vision of the ideal state, what. And everyone's like, what the fuck is he on about? That's the vibe I'm getting anyway. So, and I've been getting that vibe for the last 9 years on YouTube. Getting nowhere. I've got somewhere. I've got 487 of you into my little cult. Into the cult of fire in the minds. I jest. We all just want to be part of something though, don't we? Life's better when you're in a group of like-minded people. So anyway, I digress. That's enough of me using this as a platform as a psychotherapy session. Right, back to it. Where were we? Oh yeah. New Jerusalem, the ideal city. Right, you're looking at it. You're looking at a version of it because it has many, many faces and parts and pieces to the construct. And on one level, it's just a circle. Oh, that didn't work. Blend in. Right, where are we? Blend in. Right, there we go. One representation of it is just a square around a circle and then a circle going around the inner circle. It's just circles and squares and you're like, what is going on? But what you're looking at now is the basic format for this. Both squared circles, or both contain the squared circle geometry, except one's got more layers to it than the other. This is the basic template. And it's in the creation, the cosmology creation myth that I've been talking about. And that I'm always talking about. Here, we have a representation of the squared circle diagram. You might recognize this. Yes. It's the geometry to the Great Pyramid at Giza, which is based on a squared circle. Right? There's nothing mystical about it. Although, you could be forgiven for if you follow the wrong person talking about it, who just mystifies the whole subject. You're going to go down a million rabbit holes talking about it. There's 1,010,000 rabbit holes. Why did I say 1,010,000? There's a lot of rabbit holes with Egyptology. Loads of them. There's too much money to be made in it. There's always money in the mystery, never in just the basic logic. So, basic geometry from the Giza pyramid. can be blended in with what I'm showing you now. How do we do that? Oh, I'm getting all lost in technology here. There we go. There we go. You can see it. That's not the best one, is it? There, that's probably the best one. Bloody hell. Right, let's go back to that one. That one I do. The squared circle diagram can be progressed into a more complicated version by adding more shapes to the diagram. It's the breadth for me to explain it fully in one video remains to be out of my scope of ability to be able to communicate at the moment. I do have my good days and bad days, but this is a basic test. Is anybody out there going to get anything from this video? We're talking about the Giza pyramid and the squared circle geometry. Now, this is the disconnect with a lot of people. The Giza pyramid isn't a two-dimensional drawing. So let's plonk the Giza pyramid there. Is that exactly right? Let me blend it in. Right, yeah. Excuse the silence. This is just a test anyway. I'm just having a casual chat with you. Hang out with me on YouTube. Now, this is the thing. I've worked out a good... It won't always necessarily line up perfectly, this, because what you've got to consider... I'm using digital technology to overlay on a camera shot of a picture, right? So there's going to be some distortion, right? But you get the general idea here. How the Giza pyramid flips in to this St. John's heavenly city, ideal city geometry. So look, if we were to rotate this, so I've changed the shape of it now, but what you can see is, right, this square, when you rotate it, defines the center of the smaller outside circles here, right here, yeah, there. Let me point to this point there. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to talk and think. I can't do both. So the Giza pyramid contains the basic geometry of a squared circle. But it's a three-dimensional building. It's a temple, right? It's a pyramid. It's a pyramid. But the actual face of the pyramid is defined here in the two-dimensional drawing. Now, hopefully you find this fascinating. Some people don't. Some people just got no fucking brains, have they, really? Nothing fascinates them, apart from football. Right, let's blend this in. The face of the pyramid is defined, right? The pyramid... the pyramid has four faces, right? And the four elevations, right? The actual triangle that defines those elevations is expressed in the two-dimensional drawing that you're looking at now of the squared circle. And that is defined by the triangle that is defined in this diagram between the square, right, and the circle, the outer circle. It's a particular shape of triangle, right? It's got its the angle is, even though I can't show you here, this angle is 51.51 degrees, right? So this triangle that was used by the ancients to build their pyramid, the triangle comes from this two-dimensional plan. I'm giving you the plans, right? We're looking at the plan, the architect's plan of the pyramid, right? In a two-dimensional drawing. Let's get back on track. In a two-dimensional drawing, blending, right? So here we are, right? Right, we don't need everything to line up now. You should know what I'm on about, right? So, in this drawing here, you can see a square and a circle. So the width of the triangle is determined by the square, and the height of the triangle is determined between the square's relationship to the outer circle, right? And that gives you the height of that particular triangle, which probably has a certain name that I forgot. Now, you should be able to see something else that's familiar from, if you're into symbolism, you should be able to see a lot. But what's expressed in this particular diagram is the elevation triangle that's used in the pyramid to make a three-dimensional building. It's a shame we can't go on to it's a shame I haven't got a picture handy now that could take us down to a ground elevation looking at the pyramid, right? Because if you were looking at one of these faces from the ground, right, you're going to be looking at that triangle that's represented here in the architect two-dimensional plan. Does that make sense? I hope so. Right, now I'm going to simplify it to like you're 5 years old. Right, so we've got the Vesica Pisces on the left, right? And on the right, we've got two Vesica Pisces conformed around an X or a cross, right? Right. So within the two Vesica Pisces on the right-hand side, you will notice a squared circle, right? Right. So in the middle of the picture, we have the squared circle that we're talking about, right? Well, that squared circle in the middle comes from the template of the two Vesica Pisces on the right-hand side of this diagram. I'm just going to bung this video up. So I'm going to do some videos of this. It takes a lot of time. I'm not complaining. It's taken me 9 years to get this far. Let's end the video here. Right, so we'll end it on Plato's Republic. And another common symbol. Another common symbol from architecture. Classical architecture, right? Thank God we had the Greeks. Right, so here's the Vesica Pisces with a cube. Let's not get bogged down with cubes. There's enough people doing that online. Right, so the Vesica Pisces in the cube, you can see the relationship of the Vesica Pisces in the cube now, right? Expressed with square root 3 ratio. Square root 3 ratio. Canon of proportion. Remember? Canon of proportion that I've been talking about? Right, so I've got to try and get all this to line up now, which can be quite fiddly. Sometimes you've got to piss about with both pictures. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's blend it in. Blend it in. Blend in. Blend in. Blend. Right, is that good enough? Yeah, it is for the sake of the video. We can all see this, right? The Vesica Pisces. Now I need to enlarge it. Right. I think you get the idea, right? Hang on, let's put it in. That's right. That's a good example to leave it on, right? With the cube, the Vesica Pisces, what's special about the cube in the Vesica Pisces is the square root 3 ratio, right? The square root 3 ratio proportion contained in the Vesica Pisces. The Vesica, let me say it this way, the Vesica Pisces, this is a better way to explain it. Let's go back to the Vesica Pisces. Oh God, wrong button. Vesica Pisces. Let me simplify the pillars of the temple for you, right? In the Bible it says the leaves the leaves of the trees were for the healing of the nations. What's the lens shape in the middle of the Vesica Pisces? It's a leaf, right? This is how it works with geometrical allegories in the Bible. Look, I'm not selling the Bible to you. I'm just saying there's lots of geometrical allegories in the Bible. I'm not a preacher. But what I will tell you about is some of the symbology. So in, St. John's heavenly vision, there's a bit of the Bible, I forgot the quote, it's in Revelation. Google this, the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations, right? There's a description of going between, on the river, going between the two trees. That's the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. You're looking at the symbology in geometry that expresses that, right? It's encoded in the temples with the two pillars, and every time you walk through a church, you're basically doing this, right? That's you walking into a church. Have a good day. Speak to you next time.